What would you do if your car broke down on a deserted road in the middle of the night and you realized that the person helping you was a world-famous superstar? This is the incredible story that happened to Jessica and her family. The deserted highway outside Los Angeles was unusually deserted as midnight approached. Jessica stretched slightly at the wheel, trying to concentrate that eye and the seat next to her. Her husband Mark was looking at the navigation device, and in the back seat, their 7-year-old daughter Lily was snoring softly, cuddled up to her stuffed dog Mr. Fluffy. Inside, the car was filled with soft jazz music from the radio and the hum of the air conditioner. "I think we should go and stay in a motel for a while," Mark said nervously. "I'm having trouble keeping my eyes open." Jessica shook her head. "Just hang on for another half hour, we're close to home anyway." Just then, the car engine made a sound like a cough. Jessica's heart stopped for a moment. "What the hell was that?" she muttered. Mark leaned forward in panic. "Are you looking at the dashboard? Are any warning lights on?" But before he could get an answer to his questions, the engine shuddered once more and went completely silent. Jessica gripped the steering wheel tightly and tried to pull the car to the side of the road. When the tires touched the gravel, the intense silence that surrounded them penetrated them. Lily opened her sleepy eyes. "Mommy, why did we stop?" Jessica turned back and stroked her hair. "Don't worry, sweetie, Daddy will look after the car," but she was having trouble suppressing the worry inside her. Mark picked up his phone, but no signal appeared on the screen. "Shit! This place is a dead spot." Looking out the window, he couldn't see a single light on the miles of dark highway. Just then, Jessica noticed the yellow headlights approaching in the distance in her rearview mirror. "There's a car!" she exclaimed excitedly as a black Range Rover slowed down and pulled up beside them. As the window lowered, the shadow of a man with a red hat on his head and a slightly graying beard appeared. "Problem?" the voice asked, unexpectedly warm and friendly. Mark jumped out of the car. The engine suddenly stopped. "I'm no mechanic, but I think it might be a problem with the fuel pump." The man smiled and got out of his car. Jessica could see him more clearly now. Red hat, dark t-shirt, black jeans, and a simple leather bracelet on his wrist. The warmth in his eyes and the fine lines in his face were familiar to her, but she couldn't place where she knew him from. "Let me have a look," he said as he lifted the hood. His hands moved deftly over the engine. "Ah, here's the problem. The connection points are oxidized." Lily tugged on Jessica's arm. "Mom, this man looks so familiar," she whispered. Jessica tilted her head and whispered in her ear, "I know, honey, I feel like I know him from somewhere too." The man fiddled with the engine for a few minutes, then turned to Mark. "Let's give it a try." When Mark turned the key, the engine started, hesitantly at first, then with a strong growl. The man nodded in satisfaction. "That's it. But you'd better see a mechanic tomorrow." Jessica jumped out of the car. "We can't thank you enough. It's a miracle you found us in the middle of nowhere at this hour." The man smiled. "I couldn't resist seeing a family on the side of the road. I'm a father too." Just then Lily's eyes widened. You're Iron Man," she shouted. Jessica's expression froze. She was studying him more carefully now, that sharp jawline, that characteristic smile. Robert Downey Jr. was indeed standing before them. Robert laughed and put his finger to his lips. "Be quiet, young lady, it's our secret." Mark's mouth dropped open. "Do you? I mean, really?" "Yes, it's me," Robert confirmed humbly. "But tonight I'm just a good-hearted roadie." Jessica's hands were shaking. "I can't believe it, Lily sleeps in her room every day looking at Iron Man posters." Robert leaned toward Lily. "Is that so? And which costume is your favorite, the red and gold one?" Lily replied excitedly. "Ah, the classic Mark 7, Robert nodded thoughtfully. Then he took a small notepad and a pen out of his pocket. "Shall I write you something special?" As Lily nodded excitedly, Robert scribbled something in the notebook and tore the page out, handing it to her. Proof that Tony Stark has a heart, it read, with Robert's signature underneath. We'll never forget this, Jessica said with tears in her eyes. Robert turned around as he walked to his car. Drive safe. And Lily. Remember, real heroes don't only exist in the movies. As the black Range Rover drove away, the three of them looked at each other in surprise. Lily clutched the note tightly in her hand, pure happiness in her eyes. I think we met a superhero tonight, Mark said as he turned the key. Jessica smiled. Yes, but the best one. The one without a cape. Mom, Dad, Lily said excitedly, looking at her note in the back seat as the car pulled away. Robert Downey Jr. touched us. Jessica and Mark looked at each other and laughed. This unexpected encounter would remain one of their family's most treasured memories. As they drove, Lily's last words, mumbled as she drifted off to sleep, echoed through the car, the best birthday present ever. Jessica kept her eyes on the road, feeling warm inside. Maybe tonight, not only their car had been repaired, but also their faith in humanity. Years had passed, and Lily was reminiscing with her family on the eve of her college graduation. They were gathered in the living room, looking at the place where they still had Robert Downey Jr.'s signed note framed and hung on the wall, when Mark walked in with an envelope. Lily, you got some strange mail, he said curiously. It's from a company called Shellhead Productions. Lily excitedly opened the envelope to reveal a black and maroon invitation card. In gold letters, you're officially invited to Tony Stark's Proof of Heart Club. Underneath was a small note. Lily, that night you reminded me that I am a superhero. Now it's your turn. RDJ. Jessica's eyes welled up. This can't be. The following week, invited to a special Marvel Studios event, the family met Robert Downey Jr. again on the red carpet. Lily was now a 22-year-old young woman with dreams of becoming a filmmaker. Robert's eyes lit up when he saw them. That's my late-night crew, he said, hugging them. Then he turned to Lily, I'm sure you still have that note. And now? Are you ready to tell me your story? What do you mean? Asked Lily in surprise. Robert smiled and introduced her to Kevin Feige next to him. Marvel is looking for a new screenwriter. I think the concept of a story of ordinary people intersecting with superheroes is right up your alley. That night, the miraculous meeting that began on a lonely road years ago was crowned with Lily becoming the lead writer on the Marvel series, Famous v Anonymous. A special thank you in the credits to Jessica, Mark, and Mr. Fluffy, real-life superheroes.
See you in the next story. Like and subscribe and comment for support. Thanks.